Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 83 of Europa Universalis 4 as Spain. We have had quite a good game actually. We've just gone to war with France again in the previous video. We've taken much of Spanish Canada, and as a result the New World is looking very yellow. The only thing the French have is a little bit of the Antilles over here, the Galapagos Islands, and mostly Alaska. And that is it. Yeah, I think that literally is it. So, we're probably not going to get a chance to go to war with France again before the end of the game. It might happen. We might possibly just be able to deal with it. But I wouldn't guarantee it. We certainly need to start getting some of this stuff cored, so we can make it into a colonial nation. And then I won't have to spend admin points coring the rest of it. So as soon as we get the admin points to do this, it'll be good. What do we need for this one? Need 6 and we only have 5. Need to wait for another month. There's another month. So what does that give us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6th one. That should be enough. I think it's 6. I can't remember whether it's 5 or 6 you need, but that should be enough. Let's go ahead and just split that mercenary stack up in half so they're not taking massive amounts of attrition. Although at the end of the day it's only costing us money because it's mercenaries, but still. But yes, things generally going good. Why do we have these guys here? You are protecting the trade node in the Caribbean. So you are actually protecting trade, are you? You're not just sitting there doing nothing. Where are my navies? What's going on here? You are still missing a lot of ships for some reason. Because you should be up to 120. My heavies are taking attrition because they're sat up here in the Baltic. So let's bring them back. Oh yeah, we've got some troops white flagged in France, but that's not a problem. So France don't actually have an awful lot left now. They're split up into 2 tiny little provinces. Savoy, are you still allied with Austria and Scandinavia? You are. That's a bit of a pain. And we've just had a load of rebellions pop on the Antilles. Now that's actually quite annoying because I don't have any transports or any troops over there. Let's go ahead and give you a really good leader. Like this guy. And let's go ahead... Did I actually put you on the boats? I knew there was a step I'd missed out. And let's see if we can go over here and take these back. It's a little bit annoying. We're definitely going to take some losses doing this, but there's not much else I can do, really. French noble rebels have crossed our borders. They're literally just passing through because they are sieging out French Congo. We could have taken this, but, you know, I didn't. I did not do that. We took 100% worth of war score from France anyway, so we couldn't have taken any more if I'd have wanted to. Because even with unjustified demands, you still can't take more than 100%. More conversions getting done. Let's just go for the Sunni ones that are left, because those ones are most likely already cored. Rebels. That's a 14 stack, which I shouldn't need to deal with because it's relatively small. Poitou. Let's go ahead and convert it anyway. It's going to be a while before we can core everything. So Vermandois we do want to try and get. So we're not 100% overextended anymore, which is good. And we might as well start trying to convert some of these where we can. The French want military access. They can go away because it's not going to happen. Excellent. How are we doing in terms of score? I mean, we are number 1, but I mean, we were only just beating the Ottomans before the last time I checked. So let's have a look how this currently is. So we are almost 1,000 points clear of the Ottomans, and we're gaining about 1 per month more than the Ottomans and about 3 per month more than Ming. So there's definitely yeah, there's definitely nobody catching us up here. Strangely enough, Bermanis is the 4th highest in terms of score gain. I guess they're joint with Russia. Russia and Bermanis are getting the same score gain per month, which is pretty amazing. France is still in 5th place, which is also amazing. I mean, that's probably score they'd already accumulated, but they've got pretty much nothing left, so they will start to drop. I mean, Great Britain doesn't exist, and they're still 8th. So, yeah, interesting. But we'll allow it to carry on. We'll try and get rid of all of these things as quickly as possible. We'll take the local unrest. I mean, we've already got rebels coming out of every orifice, and it's not like we really need to deal with the... What was the other option? The other option I looked at and thought, well, it doesn't really matter anyway. I just can't remember what it is. We can go and take the rest of Mali at some point. As soon as we get some of these cores done and we get some colonial nations created in France, we'll be able to just go and take the rest of Mali. And then we'll have even more. I mean, the Ottomans have kind of blobbed out over here. This is a wasteland, though. These are our provinces we can actually colonise. We can colonise the Sahara. We should go ahead and do this. I mean, they're completely worthless provinces, but we might as well. Noble regiments, local... Yeah, we'll take the local autonomy. Let's go ahead and split you up for now and put you in these provinces. Just to look after them for a little while. Are there any more French provinces that we can do? Not even sure where some of these are. I guess if these are provinces that are going to be in America... that will become colonial nations, they'll flip over anyway, so we might as well start work on them. Won some battles against natives, which is hardly surprising. Looks like this fleet is starting to get itself together. Oh yeah, I'd completely forgotten about the troops I sent over to the Antilles. I knew there was something. Let's go ahead and drop you guys off. We might as well go for the biggest stack first, because we will take losses. The good thing is we can actually just march across the islands here anyway, so they won't all be naval landings, but it means we can sit and recover and then just march across, so that's what we will do. And I might actually even keep the transports over here just so that it's easier. If we do get into a war with France again, it'll just make it a little bit easier next time, so I might even just do that. Right, you guys are marching across. So let's march across and take... Oh, no. Really? Oh yeah, because there isn't a link between that one and that one. But that's actually quite good, because then we can still get across there without having to do a naval landing. That rebellion should be taken care of. Is there any more hostile sieges going on? Just this one here, right, okay, so that's fine. And they're kind of going to be trapped on that island anyway. So I'm not overly concerned about that. I will need to bring these guys back, actually, so I might just leave the ship. Well, we'll dock up and repair, and then we'll go and pick them up. But yeah, even though we're taking little bits of attrition here, we are still generally getting our manpower back up. We are recovering. More conversions done. Excellent. Oh, you're marching into me now, are you? Well, that's fine, because now you've just gone and taken the crossing penalty, haven't you? So that was excellent work. Take a crossing penalty into a 3-star general. Excellent work there, AI. Still lots of... Actually, only French separatists. It's the only rebellion we're looking at right now. Have you guys unsieged that? Looks like you have. Actually, not even sure if they managed to get those sieges. That one's definitely sieged. And then we can use these guys to take the rest of the Antilles. We might get one more war against France before this is over, so... which would be quite cool. And we've got the province back. Excellent. So let's go and dock you up there, because it's easier to click on. It's a bigger island. And we'll pick you guys up. So get on the boats, and we'll drop you off over here, and then you're ready for attacking the French Antilles in the next war, assuming we can pull one off. So this stuff over here, are we actually getting close to coring any of it? Is the answer I'm going to give that one. I mean, some progress is being made, it's slow going. Let's start doing as many of the conversions as we can. I mean, again, once these provinces belong to our colonial nations will actually start to change the religion over themselves. But, I mean, if I can give them a head start, it'll make life a bit easier for them. But, yeah, we have a lot of cores going on right now. Paris is almost done, actually. Paris is already at 98%. So once Paris is done, we can go ahead and convert that. Paris is now at 99%. Excellent. There's Paris done. Is Paris not actually... yeah, I was going to say, let's go and get Paris flipped. What have we got here? Reduced national unrest. We don't really need the mercantilism. Getting rid of the national unrest might not be a bad thing at the moment. We shouldn't really be that overextended anymore. Yeah, only 74.2%. 52k French separatists. I'm just going to let them pop. We've easily got enough manpower around to deal with them, so that's not an issue at all. France do still have some of their army sort of trapped here on this island, which will be really, really good for the next war. We just put our army right here. And, well, there's 3 crossing points, actually. They can cross into Squamish. They can cross into... is that Squamish? Yeah. They can cross into Squamish. They can cross into Salish. And they can cross into Queck-Utl. But we can sort of catch them wherever they come out there. So that's pretty good. Not bothered about that too much. Poitou is definitely one that we want to core, because that is actually in France. The rest of these all look like they are in... Well, these are the islands. These are the Antilles. Barbados, St. Martin. So we do want to get those. Antigua, St. Kitts, Dominica. And get those. We'll start working on them. Namur, Vermandois we're still doing. Berry we've done. What's that put us on now? 27.5. Yeah, the overextension is going away. So yeah, we just need to get enough of this stuff cored so that we can turn this into a colonial nation, and then everything else will get given to them. So that should happen quite quickly. Most of these cores, so that's already at 99%. So there's 2 of them done. Maybe even 3 of them done. That one's about to be done. And then it's going to be these 2 done. Rebellion fired. It's only a 10k stack. I'm not even going to bother with the ruler there. So one more province here. Prestige for a little bit of money that we've got an abundance of. We might as well. Right, do we have these yet? This one should be done anytime soon. And then this one should follow almost instantly. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Was that not enough to create a colonial nation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we are working on that one. And that one. Okay, well, let's get coring some of these then. Ah, there we go. There's California. It popped. So that all of a sudden that'll get rid of a load of our overextension, because all of this now becomes California. There's still this one. So we will have to go ahead and core these. Of course, if we can take some of these provinces in the next war, then that'll just become part of Alaska, but we might as well call it for the time being. So that should have, yeah, this has removed most of our provinces from the list now. So if we actually go and have a look at what we can core, there's not an awful lot left. Mostly the Antilles, but yeah, that's quite good. I do love seeing the New World being almost completely yellow. And Australia. Who's got New Zealand? Scandinavia have got New Zealand. I also love how it's actually called Scandinavian Australia, even though it's New Zealand. Because I'm sure that's not going to trigger any native New Zealanders at all. Right. Again, yes, Mali. We could finish these guys off. That was the other plan, wasn't it? Do we need to have 3 stacks down here to take on their armies? I don't think we do. We definitely need to have... Oh god, there's a big war going on. So what's going on? Let me just pause a second. Scandinavia's at war with Austria. Sure, Scandinavia and Austria kicking the snot out of each other. That sounds like a plan. Also, if I was to want to go to war with Savoy in that case... Savoy are allied with... they're not allied with Austria anymore. They're only allied with Scandinavia. And Savoy are already in a war. It is possible... See, Scandinavia would come in, so would the Commonwealth. We could go to war with Savoy. But I still think I just want to take on Mali, just because I'd like to get rid of some of the border gore. So let's just go ahead and give these guys some leaders. Because I feel that we should get this war done fairly quickly. They've got no allies. Nobody's going to come in here to... Oh, we've got a truce still. Well, that's not good. How long do we have a truce till? 93. Okay, we've got a little while. Oh, the music just broke there. It was part way through playing one bit of music and then it just randomly changed to another. So, the question is then, if we can't go to war with Mali for a few years, do I actually want to go to war with Savoy? I mean, yes, it would bring in Scandinavia. Scandinavia are annoying, but we could bring the Commonwealth in and get the Commonwealth to fight Scandinavia. Of course, it would be nice if Scandinavia just, like, broke... Can we get Scandinavia to break their alliance with Savoy? Oh, they're very close to it, actually. It's only -40. Trust towards Savoy. So they trust Savoy a lot. And Scandinavia themselves are a great power. We could probably... Yeah, and our relative strength of alliances are going down. If we could get an alliance with somebody strong, we could have changed that. But I wonder if we get an alliance with the Ottomans. The Ottomans probably still hate me. We're rivals, aren't we? Yeah, we're rivals to the Ottomans. I wonder if we can get Savoy to break their alliance. Yes, we can get Savoy to break their alliance. Now, it will give us a truce. But sure. So we do have a truce with Savoy, which we could break, but at least they don't have that alliance anymore. No, I don't want a royal marriage with Burgundy. Current heir will die. And we gain a church somewhere. Sure, fine. What the juice? Personal union on monarch death, which is not great. Separatists have risen up somewhere. 20 stack. Most of you guys could probably deal with these, to be honest. Let's go and move you down there. So, who do we have? We're already 59, actually. Who would we have a personal union with? Succession war between the Commonwealth and Russia. That could be interesting. We need royal marriages, don't we? We don't have any. We don't have an heir. We need a royal marriage with you then. I should have taken the weak claim instead of the church. I don't know why I decided that that would be the better option, but for some reason I did. We already have royal ties with you. So maybe if our ruler wouldn't die, maybe if we could actually get an heir. I mean, we could probably win an independence war, if I'm perfectly honest. But I'd rather not have to fight one. So that was a bit of a bad decision, but oh well. Right, one final core to start working on. We're only 6.9% overextended, which to be quite honest is nothing. It's very unlikely that our current ruler is going to live to the end of the campaign, which is also unfortunate. Let's move you there. We're moving into you with no leader because you've moved provinces, but that's fine. We should still beat you. Yeah, Burgundy can have military access. We won that battle exactly as we expected. Yeah, that was some very bad play from me, just letting my only heir die. But oh well, it is what it is. I've done it now. It was a mistake and I've made it. There's no going back. And of course we have more rebels popping all over the place, which we will do because a lot of this stuff used to belong to France, but it's fine. It's fine, I guess. So yeah, things I think, apart from the personal union threat, are actually not going too badly. We're certainly still top of the score tables. You guys march over there, it's only peasants. We could take the next military idea, which is prestige from land battles. I'm not going to bother though, because we need to get the next tech. And we're massively behind on admin. Well, we're not massively behind, but we have now fallen behind on admin because of all the coring. So taking a little break from taking additional lands is probably not a bad idea. Can we have a new heir, please? Consorts have a chance to be generated when you get an heir or when you enter a royal marriage. Who else could we get a royal marriage with? Let's get one with Scandinavia. We have an emperor consort. Excellent. So that increases our chance now of actually having a heir. Good. Look at the age difference there, 60 to 24. So we might end up with an heir. If we're lucky. France is still having trouble with these revolutionaries. They don't have a big enough army to beat them. What's your new capital? Maine is your new capital. Okay, that's fine. Still got a lot of forts around that I probably really don't need. Luckily the French always make loads of money and they've upgraded most of these forts, so that's good. Not bothered about the natives, they're just the ones in the Sahara. So that's a non-issue, really. I would just lose a bit of trade power in one node. That's not a big deal, really. But I think it's probably a good place to end the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4 as Spain. I'll see you next time around, and until then, goodbye for now.